Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva! Viva Las Vegas! Thank you very much. Rock and roll, baby.
CES 2019 comes at a very important time, right before 5G is really going to roll out around the world. So here at the show, I expect to see a lot of technology that really talks about what 5G means, hardware that kind of supports this new technology, and maybe, finally, IoT might become a thing. 5G is about connectivity everywhere, connectivity that is reliable, and IoT is all about devices that are always connected and that can talk to each other. So when you have the infrastructure that supports it, the technology can finally follow.
The battle for voice assistants is going to carry on at CES 2019, but this year I think that we're going to start to see the car become one of the spaces that voice is going to try to reclaim. So Alexa is going to move into the car, and the automotive manufacturers are finally starting to come up with something that's sort of useful, but I think that, you know, the people who are making voice assistants for your phones have a massive head start. CES is really turning into a car technology show because it's so difficult for automotive brands to have their tech stand out when they're showing off a car at an event that's geared towards petrol heads and people that just care about how beautiful a car is and how much horsepower it is. The space inside the car is really becoming a space that brands are starting to claim to really communicate with the consumer. I mean, you're trapped in your car for a really long time, so it's a great place for tech to exist. But car companies are only now beginning in their roadmap of evolution to have technology good enough to talk about with the consumer. So a tech show is really about automotive brands saying, hey, we are tech companies, we do have technology. You don't need to turn to Google or Alexa to, you know, fill the space inside your car. We have it too.
If you go back about 10 or 15 years ago, the technology sector was so isolated that it weathered a lot of these storms. But because technology is so pervasive in our lives right now, anytime you have some of these either macroeconomic or macro political situations, it will affect the tech industry as a whole.
Yes, CES is definitely, it's a time of hype, but there's definitely that undercurrent of concern that technology has really kind of hit a stumbling block between consumer concerns about privacy and just the fact that, the innovation out there isn't what it used to be. There are definitely a lot of concerns, a lot of drags on this CES.